Hi there. I have a controversial question to ask the collective, and I would really love some input and feedback on it just to kind of get more information about it. But I also know that it's kind of, again, a controversial question. So it might just be something that you'd have to ask yourself and feel if you want to expand on it or not, or feel comfortable doing it. But the question is, do you have someone that you have like that what if energy about? Maybe a little bit of fantasy involved, kind of the one that got away energy. And I want to know, because I've asked people, whether in all different types, whether single, whether in a relationship with a boyfriend, girlfriend, or married, and it kind of just seems like across all those types of people, the consensus is that most people have someone they fantasize about, that what if. And even if it's not something they're acting upon, which is huge, right? Let's be clear on that one. If they're not actively, that's a whole nother story. Take that off the table. I'm talking about it is solely a fantasy that either is fleeting, even sometimes unconscious, or all the time. So if you have that energy about anybody in your past, my question is, how do you think that affects your current relationship, or even if you're single, your next relationship? If do some soul searching on that energy. But then ask yourself if you've come to feel like it's normal, because I really feel like a lot of people just casually think it's common and it's acceptable. And therefore, I want you to have the second question of, what if your partner, who you love and adore, what if they had that open flame for somebody else? How would that make you feel? If it's so common and it's so casual to have this as normal energy within your soul, then how would that make you feel knowing that other person had that same open-ended soul contract, open flame for somebody else? Again, not acting on it, but it's something that maybe gives them a smile. Do you think that's healthy for that relationship? Or your next relationship if you are currently single right now? So I don't feel like it's healthy. And because I've been on both sides, I have been in a very committed, and when I am committed to somebody, oh, you best believe I am committed to that person. I don't even smile at other people, right? But even in a very committed relationship, I had something that kept popping up. And I was like, I didn't even welcome it, but it still was an energy of a past person that kept coming back. And I ended up needing to really question to myself, okay, I know, like, I was in that relationship going, oh yeah, I would never would I want that person back. But then I got to a point where I was like, I've got to figure this out. Why? And I asked myself, what if I was single and I wasn't in this relationship? Would I entertain that again? And there was my answer. That right there showed that there was something open that needed to be closed. And I'm very glad to say that that has all closed. And now I'm on the other side where I can actively say, other than my counterpart, I have 0 flames open. So, and therefore, I feel like when you get to a place where you don't have any kind of soul contract open with somebody else, you can truly love that person of yours without fearing them even going into a memory bank and pulling out some of the juiciest things they've had, right? Because that's where our jealousy really, I think, feeds from, is worrying that any of their exes or even one night stands, flings, were better than you, right? That's a pretty deep fear for most people. Whether you admit it or not, it is. But if you know you have handled all your open flames and you're not going back to past memories and going, damn, then if you can get to that place, then you're going to attract somebody who is in that same place. And therefore, you can both be open and fluid and have a constant, beautiful, open communication without having jealousy pop up. Because you know in your heart of hearts that you want nobody else, not even in fantasy. And if your person truly is your divine match, then they will have handled all of that energy as well. And therefore, you can embrace their love because they do not want anybody, even in fantasy, other than you. That, I feel like, is a very, very deep energy of jealousy that I feel like people have really just accepted as normal. If the majority of people I ask, and when they're truthful to me, answer, yeah, I still have somebody I think about, maybe not all the time, but a little bit, then that already shows that there is an open contract and the current relationship what they're in is not getting all of them. So I just thought that was a pretty important question that the collective needs to ask themselves. And whatever answer that is, don't hold too much to it, but also acknowledge that maybe there is something that needs to be worked through, identified, transmuted, cleared. So anyways, I would love to know what anyone else would think about this subject, because again, I feel like it is a little controversial because most people think it is perfectly acceptable to have a little bit of a, even going back to memories about people. And, if it's not from a place of genuine, man, good for them, or something like that kind of energy, if it's more of more draws into a, I really liked that energy, then, and we can't, I feel like I need to say we can't ignore our memories. I'm not saying that. That would be ridiculous to say that. But I really feel like you as the collective viewer will understand what I'm meaning with the difference of fantasy and remembering a quick memory without any emotional attachment to it. So anyway, I hope y'all are doing well. Please tell me what you think and take care. Bye.